So what exactly have we done here? You knocked this over. You knocked that over. Now how are you going to get out? Huh? How are you going to get out of this? Oh, like that, I guess. Oh, it's all right. No. Don't even worry about it. I'll put it back. No, seriously, it's okay. All right, got a little bit of snow. Nothing too crazy. We'll make the most out of it. Park days like this are a little dicey because I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but all that little wetness you see, that's all ice. If it's paved, it's ice, basically. So we're going to walk straight up through the snow, straight into the field, and hopefully it's not muddy. I'm sure it is. But yeah, we're going to play fetch because we can't walk on the pavement. Probably shoot some on my iPhone because I'm not carrying this backpack. Wow, Lotus, people are wiped out. That's just the best. That's the best ever, huh? Enzo? You keeping your safe distance? Not even gonna be able to see you because of the shadows. Are we on break? Up break. I didn't take it, you dropped it. No, you dropped it, don't fib. Oh, you had to switch spots? No, you're not working on your tan. For one, it's winter. Two, you have fur. No, just no. What about you, big boy? What you working on? What you doing down there, Lotus? Just off on your own. All independent. Oh, looking for a private place? My bad. You getting some good snow before we go? We've been here about half an hour. Just out in the field playing. They're not gonna be able to see you. You too dark. You too dark. You too dark. All right, so the park, giant ice rink. But we made it, right boys? Ready to head home? So it's Friday. It's Friday. Guess it doesn't matter if you don't have a job.
6.5 hours later.
Well, and just like that, all the snow is melted, but it's coming back. So earlier this morning we went to the park. All that snow's gone. Watch out. Watch out. Getting in. Watch out. Oh, boys. But, you know, we'll hit it again. Well, we just got to the park and that dog that they live over here in this house. I just realized the radio's on. Stupid copyright. So I may have to re-say all that again, at which point I was just talking and didn't even realize the radio was on a little bit. So for copyright reasons, I'm gonna restate it, and that is that house over there has a dog who regularly gets loose. I don't know if it's like an invisible fence or what. And he comes over to the park and kind of harasses other dogs. I mean, he's nice, but like he wants to play and stuff. But obviously with Lotus, I can't have that. So I'm kind of sitting here trying to debate what to do. He went off that way to, I don't know, bother some lady and her dog. We're debating, boys. Hold on. We got the debates. All right, so what I've decided to do is we're just gonna walk up here and see if I can see him. Pups are like, hey, do you know you forgot us? I don't see him, but thankfully the pups are being quiet and won't draw any attention to themselves. Maybe when they drove by, they picked him up. Seriously? 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 Yeah, they just got back again. I think they went after him in a car for some reason. He wasn't even that far away though. I don't know. All All right, well, once again, I'm not gonna take the camera because the mic's getting covered in snow and my eyes. Careful. All right, that's too much. Too much. Come on. Oh, shortcut. Oh, road closed. And we're going this way. Careful. Heel. That's enough. Seriously, Lotus, it's the only time you like smile and stuff. I feel bad. It's the only time he's like, seems like every time we're indoors, he's just like afraid all the time. But out here, nope, he's good. All right. It's getting hard to feel my fingertips. You coming, Pup? You coming? You gonna stay here? Oh, you live here now? Oh, you gonna bring your stick? Okay, fair enough. That snow's coming pretty hard. I can barely see. Lotus, I wish you were this happy all the time. This is the only time you ever really smile. You're always so afraid. All right, go on. We'll do another one. Hardly seems like the same field it was, what, 8-9 hours ago? All right, in. Hold on. Oh, thank you. Just met the wifey for dinner. What's Enzo doing?
He literally just laid down. How long ago did you leave the house?
I don't know, 15 minutes ago?
He was still barking when I opened the camera. Just now laid down. Lotus is backed into the corner of his cage because he doesn't want to listen to Enzo.
Probably. He did that when I put him in there, though. It's not one pup with one issue, it's another pup with another issue. But wifey and I are gonna have dinner. I don't, it's so dark, I don't even know if you can see me right now. He finally stopped.
Enzo did, but Lotus is still not laying down. I think he needs to be left out of his crate. Hey guys, so I am getting ready to head over to one of our local pet supply stores. This is the same store that we get Enzo and Lotus's antlers at. But I'm getting ready to head over there now to talk to someone about this pamphlet that Will brought home. We talked about it in our live stream. From what I understand, it's essentially a raw diet, but it's in dry food form. Will and I have been seriously considering switching the pups to a raw diet. It's just we're not very educated on the topic, and we really haven't done enough research yet to make a decision on doing it or not. And then really the biggest thing is how to go about doing it. Is that going to be more time consuming? Is it more cost efficient? Is it going to be better for, you know, the pups and their health? There's just a lot of things to take into consideration, but it is definitely something that we have been considering. So I'm going to head over there and see what kind of information I can get. Might be able to get a sample today and mostly just get some information. So I will touch base back with you guys.
A few moments later.
I just left Pet One Cincinnati, which is what the franchise is called, and apparently there are lots of franchises. They're clearly not just in Cincinnati. I talked to him for probably 5 or 8 minutes. He gave me kind of the lowdown on the food varieties, like chicken is one, lamb is one. They have one that's like fish based. The biggest perk to this specific brand, I think, is the fact that it's never kept for longer than like 10 days. So they make it here locally and it gets delivered to your house. Dry dog food doesn't really go bad. The longer it sits on the shelf, the less and less the nutrients stay in there as well, if that makes sense. So what I really like about it is that it's literally getting made and then being dropped on our porch, and then our pups, you know, with eating combined 10 cups a day, probably be the freshest dog food, you know, that they would ever have. So that's the number one thing that I like about it. The other thing, and I think Will maybe misunderstood, is it's not necessarily a raw diet in kibble form. However, most places or companies that make dog food, they like flash bake it. And when you do that, it loses like a lot of the nutrients and enzymes and whatnot that's in there, all the good stuff that's in there. A lot of that comes out when they put that through that process. The way that this is made is it's slow baked. So it's not losing all of those good enzymes and nutrients along the way of being cooked, basically. They've been doing this for, I think, over 20 years. People that have been using it with their pups for an extended amount of time, and their pups are 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, which is one of the reasons why we switched to Gentle Giants, because Gentle Giants, you know, over the years of them using that brand, their pups, that the owners actually, their pups, and I believe other people have come to them and also kind of said the same thing, but their pups live really, really long. They're kind of saying the same thing, and maybe Gentle Giants and Pet Once kind of have a similar process as to how they make the food and whatnot. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked into it that deeply. What is this going to cost me if I do want to switch to it? A lot more expensive than we are spending now on pup food. However, there are some benefits that I really like about it. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to Will about it. I'm sure he's going to make a video about this. I'm still not 100% sure that we're even going to switch. Just something that we're kind of looking into. Probably wind up doing something that's kind of hybrid. We might switch to this, or we may just keep them on the Gentle Giants, but that would only be for like 2 of their 4 meals a day. And then maybe their breakfast and dinner would be a raw diet once we research and educate ourselves and figure out, you know, the process of how that whole thing works. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do yet. I feel like I've just rambled on for like 12,000 minutes. But it was because I really didn't have my thoughts together. I literally walked out of the store and then jumped on to video with you guys. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll talk about it more. I'll explain everything to Will, and we'll keep you guys updated as always.
You barked your head off. You got a headache? You probably have a headache. Poor little Lotus, probably deaf. And poor Rally, well, nah, Rally was fine. Rally.
Oh, please. Please. Enzo.
Well, the floor was clean for almost half a second.
It really is how long it stays clean. Oh. I guess he didn't get dinner.
Not yet.
Table 1. And I stepped in the water. Thank you very much. Because you can't see where it's at unless it's a certain time of the day.
Oh, you know where your bowl's at, don't you? You know where it's at because you didn't eat earlier.
You looking for your bowl, Cookie? Now you know when you turn that sound on, he absolutely freaks out, and now he dropped his turtle.
Did you think you were gonna fit back there?
I know, like, I'm in the tiniest little space, and everybody has to be over here. Get your stupid turtle. Get your turtle.
Why are you front and center?
Nobody wants that thing. No. No, sir. It's not gonna happen. Why did you do that? Don't ever do that again.
You gotta smell, you gotta inspect. I like how you can just smell things without moving.
Enzo, because he's so tall. You've got 2 missing pigments on your nose now. One on the very tippy top there, and then one up here. What happened? Did Lotus get you, or did Rally get you? I doubt Rally got you. There's no way Rally got you. That front one on the very front of his nose is from him going to do like I need to itch my face, and it caught the concrete one time. I can remember. That's what the front one's from. I don't know what the top one's from. I will bite you. What are you doing, Chuckles? Why you got the chuckles? And why did you bark the whole time? That's unacceptable. You don't need to bark the whole time and scare Lotus. Bubba. I don't want this poo-poo. No. 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 It's not up for discussion. Get your turtle. I don't want the turtle. You get it.
You want you to get it.
No, I'm not getting the turtle.
And
There
there
goes
goes.
the rug. Woo!